Oxford Road is one of Europe's busiest routes. It benefits from an efficient and cheap bus service. It links the city centre to some uni campuses, to the hospital and to residential areas. South of the Oxford Road you can find the Curry Mile. We'll begin there and then go back up to see a bit the University Building, the Gay Village, Chinatown and then up north the Northern Quarter. The Curry Mile is characterized by its abundance of Indian, Pakistani and Middle Eastern food restaurants and culture. There is more than 70 food establishments. My all-time favorite has to be Mowgli's. You can eat delicious curries there. Additionally, the Curry Mile hosts some shisha bars and world food markets, where you can find stuff that you would not be able to find in UK normal supermarkets, such as Tesco. So, Manchester is a really multicultural city, and you can definitely feel it when you're walking down the Curry Mile. Okay, let's take the bus up Oxford Road now. So there is 3 major universities in Manchester. Metropolitan University of Manchester, Royal Northern College of Music, the University of Manchester, which is the one I study in, and which is the one we're going to talk about. So, in the University of Manchester, there is 2 main campuses. There is the main campus and the North campus, which is mainly the engineering faculty, which is what I'm doing mechanical engineering. £1 billion has been invested in order to relocate the isolated faculty of engineering into the main campus. So all of this is going to end up there. The University of Manchester has nothing to prove academically anymore. For example, it hosts the largest library for research in Europe, in front of which there is the Alan Gilbert Learning Commons, called ALIG for Intimates, which is open 24 hours. It includes a PC cluster, study spaces and group project rooms. But don't be a fool, during exam time you get a bit early to get a spot. The University of Manchester has a good student union with many societies, from like skydiving to cooking. There is even a Quidditch club. The student union also has 3 concert venues linked to it, which enables students to afford cheap gigs and good gigs. It's an active and engaged student union. For example, each year there is a march on the streets of Manchester called Reclaim the Night, which is engaged for gender equality. Additionally, the student union organized a Pangea festival, which is the biggest student-led festival in Europe, which is crazy. So they managed to get really good DJs, and it's in the huge venue because it uses all the concert places plus all the building of the student union. And there is a theme each time, which is really good fun because people are wearing fancy dress, and it's pretty long. It's 11 to 6 a.m. so you have to go for it. For example, this year there was Sister Sledge, and I never knew that disco could be so much fun. So if you don't know them, check them out. Back to Manchester notable quarters. Up north of the uni area there is a gay village, which is mainly concentrating around one street called Canal Street. There is a lot of terrace in front of the water where you can take a pint. There is also a great and cheap nightlife happening, and they organize many events, especially for the Gay Pride, which is quite a touristic event in Manchester actually. You might have heard of Alan Turing, who lived in Manchester and solved the Enigma problem during World War II. There is actually a good movie about this story, which is called Imitation Game, featuring Benedict Cumberbatch, who is actually a graduate from the University of Manchester. We can find the Alan Turing memorials in the Gay Village. He is considered the father of computing, and he was prosecuted at the time for being gay. He had to face a choice between being jailed or forced to chemical castration. He chose chemical castration, but a few years later he actually killed himself. He was a genius of his time, so can you imagine what he could have achieved if he wasn't prosecuted because of prejudice? A street away from Canal Street there is Chinatown. It's actually the 3rd largest Chinatown in Europe. So there is a lot of medicine shops, delicious buffets and restaurants that I highly recommend, not like in other European countries where a Chinese restaurant is nothing like what you would eat in Asia at all. It's actually really good. They also organize a lot of cultural events, such as the Chinese New Year event, which is pretty big and well attended. And they also have supermarkets when you can find a lot of imported products. Sometimes it's a bit hard to live far away from home. So out of the 9,000 international students at the University of Manchester, all the Asian students can actually cook food like at home. We have to keep in mind that even if it's called Chinatown, there is actually a lot of imported products from all around Asia. Last but not least, the Northern Quarter. So we can definitely feel that it's a part of Manchester that received influence from pop to indie/bohemian culture. So it kind of promotes expression through arts, music, or even graffitis. You can find very good music venues, and there is a good music scene in this quarter, especially of Manchester, even if it's true of the whole city, as I've discussed in a previous video actually. Even in the pubs or restaurants, you can feel this little arty side of the Northern Quarter, which is really nice. And for all the vintage lovers, there is this great shopping mall called Afflex, which is basically a lot of little shops under one roof, and it's on several floors, and there's only vintage clothes and like body piercing, that kind of stuff, or there is even a cereal bar. It's really fancy. You should definitely have a look if that's the kind of stuff you're into.